Okay, we're going to move on to our second presentation of the evening, and the topic of this presentation is our 2025 Community Development Block Grant. 26, sorry, did I say 25? I did. And Susan Fein is going to present that.
Okay.
Oh, I see.
Hello. Tough act to follow, but try. All right, so thank you for the opportunity to hold a public hearing at this council meeting. As was said, my name is Susan Fein, and I'm the housing specialist here in the township. This public hearing is a requirement of the Federal Community Development Block Grant, otherwise known as the CDBG program. Its purpose is to provide information, answer questions, and solicit suggestions for potential grant recipients. My goal here is to generate involvement in and establish the township's commitment to propose solutions for our community. The Community Development Block Grant is a federally funded program. The annual CDBG appropriation is allocated between states and local jurisdictions. Excluding entitlement cities, Middlesex County qualifies as an urban county with a population of 200,000 or more. So federal CDBG funding is allocated directly to Middlesex County for projects in 18 municipalities that include East Brunswick. So last year, there was a change in how they allocate funds, and they're going to continue that same allocation method. The county no longer specifies an exact amount that each municipality receives. Instead, each town can apply for up to 3 grants, and the total of those 3 grants can be up to $300,000. So it could be 1 grant for $300,000 or 3 grants, anyway, whatever works for us. While there's no guarantee that this program will be continued in this year, 2026, or that any of East Brunswick's requests will be selected, we are going to operate optimistically. So just so you know that the objectives of the CDBG program are to support community activities that benefit principally low and moderate income families and individuals, the elderly in our community, and those with disabilities. For instance, the American with Disabilities Act compliance is an approved activity. The preservation of historical sites, the eliminations of slums and blight, expansion of housing opportunities, and correction of health and safety code violations through housing rehabilitations are all eligible activities. Prior East Brunswick projects include, but aren't limited to, ADA modifications to municipal buildings and even streets and sidewalks, programs as well as transportation for the senior center, improvements to some of our historic buildings and affordable housing buildings, improvements, repairs, and capital improvements for nonprofits serving developmentally disabled, seniors, and low-income residents. All projects that are requesting funding need to be completed within 18 months of the time the grants are allocated. Otherwise, those funds may be transferred to other eligible projects. So the township welcomes comments and suggestions from the public on what we should ask for and how we should spend those funds. I can be reached either through the Planning and Engineering Department. The telephone number is 732-390-6870, or by email at sfein@eastbrunswick.org. And please note that submissions are due by March 4th. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you, Susan. So before we open it up to the public portion on this topic, anybody from council have any commentary or anything to add? Okay, perfect. So I'm opening it up to the public on this topic only. If you have recommendations on ways to use this funding. Okay, seeing nobody, I'm going to close the public portion. Thank you, Susan, very much.